world of flowers, and a variety of colors and shapes come to mind. Now, think of the word turf. This is what most people see, a patch of green. But just like flowers, there are many varieties of turf. While many of the strains may look alike, they are in fact different. In simple terms, however, turf is broken down into two categories: warm season grasses and cool season grasses, and they are classified by the temperatures in which they thrive.
Warm season growers tend to be better adapted to our climate, more drought tolerant, so use less water.
Varieties include Bermuda and St. Augustine. The easiest way to identify them is to identify their growth patterns. Warm season turf spreads through runners. These are stems that either grow above or below the surface, or both. These grasses are easy to grow, but difficult to remove. More on that later.
Cool season grasses tend to be more evergreen. They will be green as long as they get water, but they aren't as drought tolerant.
Varieties of cool season include Kentucky bluegrass and fescues. These are considered bunch grasses. The crown will get bigger, but not spread. Knowing the type of grass you have is critical when it comes to removing turf. It's a growing trend as more homeowners choose to reduce or eliminate turf, saving both water and time spent on maintenance. To start, you need a plan.
You need to think about how much money you want to spend, how much water you're comfortable using. Well, a lot of times people need turf for their kids or their pets, but quite often it's just an aesthetic choice.
Jeff, a South Bay resident, recently purchased a new home and is making big changes in the landscaping. The home he purchased is surrounded by turf, but when it comes to 90% of his lawns,
the only time it's used is to mow it. That's about it.
As a result, 4,000 square feet of turf is coming out. But not every blade. He has a plan.
We are going to keep turf, small sections of turf. We have a dog, so we have the turf for the dog, and I have two small boys, and the boys will use the turf that we do keep to go out and play on.
So it's time for the actual removal. Cool season turf is relatively easy to kill. Smother it with mulch or strip and flip it using a sod cutter machine. Warm season turf is the most difficult to remove and requires perseverance and timing. You can't kill warm season grass during the winter when it's dormant.
Proper way most likely will be to utilize herbicide at the beginning to completely kill the grass from the top all the way through its roots. One of the most benign herbicides, glyphosate, the trade name that people are more familiar with is Roundup, is the most useful.
Using an herbicide with glyphosate is part of the process known as grow and kill.
This is where you spray the grass that you want to go away, and then you water it and encourage it to keep growing. And that will, as the grass dies on top and there's water present in the soil, that will stimulate the dormant rootstock to resprout.
When that happens, spray again. When the new grass dies, water again and continue the process until no new sprouts reappear. Remember, if the turf isn't completely dead, it will come back and spoil your new project. No matter what product you choose, always read the labels and follow the manufacturer's directions and safety protocols. Stay away from extended life herbicides if you plan to replant the area. There are other methods that eliminate warm season turf without the use of herbicides. Those methods may require extra persistence or elbow grease. For example, hand removal by weakening and digging out the roots. Consider taking a class to help you through the turf removal and conversion. The County Water Authority offers a host of resources.
You can learn about these classes through our WaterSmartSD.org website. We list programs and incentives, we have tools and resources, we have tips, and we have case studies.
Help is but a few clicks away, whether it's a large project like Jeff's or something small. Keep in mind, turf removal does not have to equal rocks and cactus. Here's a look at what some of your neighbors have achieved by replacing water-hogging turf with an assortment of drought-tolerant native or climate-appropriate plants. Now, before you take any action, visit WaterSmartSD.org. There you can learn more about replacing your turf with water-efficient plants and check on what rebates may be available to help lower the transition cost. It is also important to check with your water agency for specifics on water use rules. For the San Diego County Water Authority, I'm Leonard V. Real.